It's recording.
Alright.
Okay, cool. Well, we don't have to start right away.
So let's start with
Wait, I think.
Well, one thing I kind of do want to talk about is what made Proctor change his mind? That's one thing that I was kind of questioning about.
change my mind.
About wanting to confess. Cause at first he's all gung ho for actually confessing, even though he didn't do it. But then halfway through, once they realize that he has to sign a contract or whatever.
I think it's more so because that he didn't want his reputation to ruin.
Yeah.
And at first, confessions and stuff, he was doing what everybody else was doing. He oh, I didn't like this person, so if they go away, then it'll make it better.
Mm-hmm.
But then he realized, now my wife is gonna die.
Especially, sorry.
You go.
Okay. So, especially with his reputation, I feel like since he is Goody Proctor, everyone knows him as being a good man and being a stand-up kind of guy, and even his wife too, Elizabeth, and he kind of just his whole life is basically even tried to hide him and Abigail's affair, and he wants to keep that reputation.
Yeah, I want to agree with that too. I think he wants to just keep his name, just clear of any crimes or any type of mishaps. So yeah, and his affair, now him confessing. That's why I think he didn't want to write it on a contract. He just wanted to say it and just get it over with.
Because he knows it wasn't true. He knows he never actually saw
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, and maybe another layer to that is that he's been keeping a lot of secrets, the affair, what's going on, with his family and stuff, the reason why he's not going to church.
Yeah.
So maybe another layer to that is that he wants to die with honesty, or at least live with honesty.
Yeah.
So he makes the final decision, at least he'll die being an honest man.
Yeah.
And I guess I can see why that is, because I guess with all the dishonesty and lying going around, I can see why he at least would want to be honest.
Yeah, and because I feel he felt that was the only way to go, was to him just say, oh, I did it, because them telling the truth to the judge wasn't working. In Act 3, they all brought evidence that all the girls are lying, that none of this is true. Everybody they accused was there for their personal gain. And Danforth kind of dismissed all of it. Him and Hale just dismissed all of it because they were oh, do you not know who I am? I've done this and that around the state.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm this high authority. Don't disrespect me by saying that I'm killing people for no reason. I think that's more for because they felt bad, because if they're that, I think they realized that if everybody was right, then they would just be murderers. Because they say they proved that none of this ever happened, then they just have to sit with the fact that they killed however many people for no reason.
Yeah, I think it's both a bit guilt and pride, because they'd be I'm this great I guess high up leader, and I should be able to tell when somebody's guilty or not.
Yeah, and also about the authority figure. When Danforth or Hale or someone comes in, they just all become silent. They don't say anything because they're all scared of him, and that shows that all these courts, all the trials, this whole trial is based on just intimidation. They're just
Even Danforth, the guy who's so forward to want to persecute everyone, he questions Proctor almost the entire time of their conversation, and he doesn't want it to be true that Proctor saw the devil, even though it's not.
And in his writings, he's in the stage directions, he says after he's talked about that Proctor was saying a lie. He was this document is a lie. I can't take it. And the stage direction says his breast heaving, his eyes staring. Proctor tears the paper, crumbles it. He's weeping in fury, but he's so into it, and he's trying to get some kind of fear or create some kind of emotion into all his people.
Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty much how they really base off the whole trial, just fear. They get scared. They're oh, did you see this? No. Well, if you didn't see it, then you'll go to jail. So did you see it now?
They confess themselves so they can save themselves. That's what Abigail did. She told
others. And he went back to that too, Proctor, when he said, you will not use me. I am no Sarah Good or Joshua. I am John Proctor. Will not use me. It's he's flashed back into the beginning of all of it. When they got caught, and they just started saying names, so they wouldn't get in trouble for what they were doing. To kind of take the blame off themselves.
He basically knew that from the beginning that they were trying to just get out of the situation, and he didn't even believe in the witchcraft that they were talking about.
Yeah, he didn't believe in anything.
Yeah.
I think like one interesting about it is that like how like if we're going back to Abigail, she basically like accused like all those other people just to lead up to like John Proctor, just like she could get him or like his wife.
Yeah, good Proctor. She wanted her gone.
Yeah.
So that John Proctor would be hers. And then it's just like I feel like it kind of like it just came like full circle because everybody was lying on everybody to get what they wanted out of it, and then they realized it's going too far. Now these people are going to die. And now I'm going to die too. So everybody's trying to say, "Oh, we were lying," but it's too late because they were already set on.
Yeah, and I think
this person, that person.
I think that like after like a certain period of time, they knew the judges and like the governor knew that it was already like said and done. They can't change anything, so they must like keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Like you keep going with the lie.
Yeah.
Unless like you get embarrassed by it.
Yeah, and so they couldn't stop it. They just had to keep doing it, and eventually it stopped. Obviously, and this just turned down. People died.
Basically, Proctor gives whoever's reading it shows that he's like swung into this and puts all of this emotion in, and when Rebecca asks him why John, he says through his teeth his face turned from Rebecca. I did. Like he uses his whole body language, and that's another important part.
Stage directions.
Yeah, like it's important as to why he's putting all of his energy into this and trying to convince them, even though it's not true, because he's doing it for Elizabeth.
Yeah, and then it go back to show like how much he cares about how he's viewed by everybody else, because he was okay with just saying whatever needed to Danforth to get like what he needed, like his wife to be okay. But as soon as Rebecca came in, because Rebecca was already convicted to being hung by Hale in Act 3. What you call it, Hale?
Elizabeth too.
Said that he signed their names off already. So then I guess when he saw somebody that had been like a side effect of what had started earlier, he couldn't show that he was confessing in front of that person that's going to die from it. So he had to turn away from it.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's not even just Act 3 and Act 2 when they're like having dinner and they find out that Mary's being like brought to court.
Yeah.
And it just shows like this like the surprise that they have. It's they don't know what's going on, and it also goes back to how John Proctor, he's not really like a church guy. He's not Christian that much. He's not really a Christian guy.
Yeah. So like he has like no reason to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not an atheist technically, but he's not like a morally.
Yeah, not a strict Christian.
Not strict. So. And he showed that he's trying to like get away with it, but he can't. Like nothing, like his sins and stuff he talked about, like confessing and all that.
Yeah.
And like even though he confesses that he saw the devil, like his wife, she established earlier on in like Act 2, Elizabeth established that she doesn't even believe in witchcraft. So it's kind of ironic that he does that.
Yeah. I also thought it was interesting how like what was I gonna say? Never mind, forgot.
And I think the other reason he was scared to sign anything was because like any small thing they said or did led to someone else getting hurt. Like when what's his name said that his wife read books. All he said was she read books, and then they arrested her for that.
Giles.
Yeah, for Giles.
Giles' wife. Yeah.
Just for him saying she read books. So like I feel like they were all scared to say anyone's name, sign anything, because any word they said led to someone else being captured.
Yeah, and that's what I thought was interesting. That like he was finally like confessing that he himself had like seen the devil, but he wouldn't like name anybody else that like might have been.
He didn't want to tell anyone else.
Because you know that if you say anybody's name, he would have been at fault for them being hung or whatever happened to them because he said their name.
Yeah, and it's almost like a compromise too. Like, sure, I'll lie about this to like save my wife, but I won't lie to like endanger anybody else.
And that's how they manipulated it. Like Danforth and all them, they manipulated the situation. They try to like get a lot of people in trouble and try to convict a lot of people.
Yeah, because like they were hoping that they would like depend on like their like self-preservation instead of like the preservation of the entire like community.
Yeah.
And Danforth even shows like a soft side when he says perplexed but politely extending his hand, "If you please, sir," and Proctor said no. And this was in the midst of them having the conversation about Proctor seeing the devil, and it just shows that even like people don't want Proctor to be convicted, like even him, Danforth, which is what we were talking about earlier, like he's such a guy to go and like have everyone persecuted. He's very strong and cold about everything.
And like it can go back to like when Giles came into, I think, Act 3. When Giles came in to find evidence, it's the same way that Giles was. He was very angry that his wife was getting convicted and trialed, and that it just shows that it's the same thing. Like Danforth, he came in and he shut down all these like accusations and evidence and stuff, and he said he would take it in, but I don't think anyone took it in.
Yeah. I think we would like kind of like relate this back to like I guess like the McCarthy era with like the communist witch hunter, right? Like the Red Scare. Like I guess like the religious zeal that like kind of like promoted this is kind of similar to like I guess like the quote unquote American spirit that was going on at the time. Like if you were if you were like as American or you didn't like believe in like upholding those beliefs, then you're immediately blamed to be like you know like a communist or like un-American. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, like the communist thing with McCarthyism and everything. It's kind of the same situation of like the pressures of society and how people try and get you to confess things or admit things that you didn't even do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to tell on someone else. You have to say that someone else is
in order to
communist.
save yourself.
Save yourself.
It was like the way they talk. It's like always like in both situations, like they would say, like in the Crucible, someone would say, "Oh, did this person do this?" And then they just keep going at that person like, "Oh, so you believe
like
the devil?
when they
I don't believe the devil. If they don't believe in the devil, then you must believe in the devil." And they say, "Oh, well, maybe they do." It's like with McCarthyism. They were like, "Are you a communist?" You were like, "No." They're like, "Oh, we're gonna question you more." And he's like, "Oh, well, I think my neighbor's a communist."
Yeah.
And
Exactly. And there was like no evidence too.
Yeah, it was like all basically like secondhand like rumors or whatever.
Just accusations.
And especially Hale in the beginning of this story, where he subtly puts people's puts people's names out there, and like it's just maybe even something he had against them, and that's just like unconsciously puts like a root of whoever it is in the person he's trying to get to confess his head. So they try to blame it on the person that he mentioned.
Yeah, it's like almost as though like they're trying to project like their own like wants into like people that they're accusing.
Yeah.
Move on to a different question.
Yeah.
Something asked differently.
You know, try one of these.
You have like 3 minutes too.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's like
Who influences the agenda and controls the logic?
Well, obviously Danforth.
Yeah.
Danforth obviously influences everything. Him and Hale.
Yeah, and I feel like Hale does it a lot more subtly than like Danforth.
Yeah, it's like
does.
good cap. It's like good
like-
cop, bad cop.
yeah.
Because Danforth, like, at any moment where he starts listening to people, like where people are giving evidence, like when Giles was giving evidence and he was trying to tell him, like, even though Elizabeth, or not Elizabeth, someone, I think it was Abigail, he was like, swore she saw no one, that she was lying. And then Danforth was like, say more, and Hale was like, you can't listen to them. They're trying to throw out the whole court. And you always try to keep Danforth on the defensive, like never let him listen to anybody.
Yeah.
You can see it, like Danforth always is persecuting Proctor, and then Hale comes out of nowhere and he says something to calm them down, and he says
Like just let him sign it.
yeah, just let him sign it. He was like, just let him sign it. There's like no point of doing all this.
Yeah, you already confessed.
He's trying to calm the situation down, and but he's also like he's trying to get everyone to confess.
Yeah, like, and it's like sometimes like he's like act like a good person, like by trying to like move things along, let it go too far, but at the same time he's still like encouraging like the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and sometimes it's almost like he feels bad about like what he did, because like in the end, he was it said he was crying. Where was it? I can't find it, but it was saying that that he was crying and praying as they were about to as Proctor's about to die.
You guys want to go back?
I think we have to cut it here.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's 1:34.
Yeah. We should go back.
Yeah.
Okay.